what we're gonna do with Ralph right now is basically we're gonna treat this grooming situation like a game for him. The whole point of this right now is just to get him accustomed to feeling the tools on his body and engaging in the whole practice of this experience. So what I'm actually doing is asking for consent to brush him. And so for Ralph, this is a game. He's allowed to come and go as he pleases. If he's over the game, he can leave. It's not a big deal. So the point of this is not to get him completely brushed out. The point of this is to get him comfortable with the brush and working around his body for grooming and handling. So what I have trained Ralph to do is basically give me a start to the game. And so the start looks like me presenting him with the tool I'm going to use and him touching it. When he touches it, I go to brush him briefly, right? We want to stay within his comfort level, and then I reward him with food. I know, buddy. Every once in a while, I'm going to throw the treat off of the place cot just to give him a chance to also choose to come back and re-engage in the game. I know, you're really, really into this. So Ralph is a guy that absolutely detested any sort of handling or brushing or anything like that. So this is how we're going to get him just a little bit more comfortable, and you can see he's totally into this game. So really great way to work with him. So what I'm going to do is present the brush, he hits the brush, I brush him, and then reward him. Present the brush, reward him. Toss one off, and if he chooses to come back, we'll start the game again. So you can see I'm only doing like a couple passes right now, nothing too invasive. I'll hold areas that I know he's comfortable with at this point. And when we start to increase the challenge, where I'm actually maybe holding his leg and things like that, because he's a biter, I'm gonna break out a bite glove just to keep my hands safe, but also work on challenging him further to be accepting of all of this. And you can see he's a little snarky in some of the areas. He's still not completely comfortable with it. So I'm going to just do those spots very quickly. Like that. His front legs are an issue. With a lot of dogs, that's an issue. This is going to be the hand that I use to actually handle him. So if he does direct any aggression, my hands are going to stay safe. But we can kind of increase what we're asking him to do. So now what I want to do is kind of hold on to one of his body parts and give a brush. So start the game, hold the leg, brush, good. So right there, just to stay within his comfort level, I didn't actually brush, I just held his leg. So we can go in and out of, the amount of time that we're working with him as far as holding. Because that alone right here is a struggle for him, you can see. Good. Now I'm gonna go for maybe his face area. Good. 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 So again, he can come in and out of this game as he chooses. You missed it, friend. Come here. He can come in and out of the game as he chooses. And we can also, you know, this doesn't have to be a very long-term thing. We can do this for just a couple minutes, and it's probably better to do it in short little bursts because that will, you know, help keep him kind of under threshold and not getting too upset about what we're doing. But he's getting small little moments of learning how to handle grooming and learning how to kind of having his body touched in different areas. And as he shows that he's more comfortable, we can obviously become a little bit more invasive of like how we're holding him and things like that. But the important part is that he becomes an active participant in what we're doing, and that will make the experience for him a lot better. And yeah, good boy. And he won't be so quick to react when he's in these positions, maybe with a veterinarian or a groomer in the future. The other thing I want to do too is get Ralph used to how he will be handled in a grooming place or in a veterinary facility. So we're going to practice these things as well, like on a grooming table or on a table where we're handling for maybe blood work or vaccines or things like that. So right now we'll do grooming. You can see he's more than happy to get up there. Good boy. And again, we just want to make all of this stuff just like a game for him. Good man. Let's go. Good. Good job. Come here. Good boy. We're going to set him up like a groomer would. And again, we want to match all of these things with something he likes and that he's motivated for, which is food. Good. Okay, so I'm going to grab my bowl of food, and we're going to kind of do the same thing, right? I'm going to let him hit the brush and then brush him. Good. Because of this setup too, I'm also with my particular setup, I'm able to stay safe, like stay out of his range of bite if he does happen to turn around. But we just want to be conscious if he does get to that point, we want to ease back on what we're doing. Because we want this to be a pleasant experience for him. Good. Good boy. Come to the other side. So here he's growling a little bit. Good. Try to do that side again. So I just went much slower and for a shorter burst in that area, right? So I repeated what I did, but stopped short of what made him upset, which was the constant brushing on the belly. Again, another area that is sensitive for a lot of dogs. So we're dealing kind of in, if you break everything down with your dog's body as like green, yellow, and red zones, that'll let you know where your dog is comfortable to be touched, where it kind of gets a little uncomfortable, and where it's like a no-go zone. So you can slowly start to work on those areas to make them more comfortable. So obviously this area here is a red area. Okay. Good. Now let's work on somewhere else. Another area, again, the side. Good. Good. So again, I just do a really quick little tap of the brush in there, nothing overwhelming. But then there's areas where he's more comfortable. Good. Good. And same thing here, if he doesn't want to continue the game, then I don't need to continue it. And it seems like he's kind of done right now, and that's fine. So we can leave it at that, give him some pets, and then we will take him off the table and give him a break.